Many years ago, in the beautiful city of Lagos, there lived a beautiful girl named Amaka. Amaka is from a beautiful and a religious home. Amaka is from a very godly home. Though her parents weren't rich, Amaka was groomed and trained in the Christian way. Amaka went to Lagos to serve, to do her NYSC, and when she was done, she and her friends had gotten work in the bank. They were retained in the bank as marketing personnel. Amaka was really excited as she felt this was going to give her the opportunity to be able to send lots of money home. While Amaka was in the bank, she found out that most of her friends from the NYSC camp suddenly changed. They always wore beautiful attires, beautiful designers' clothes, whereas she and her friend Ada still remained the way they were. They had to calculate the amount of shirts they had, pairing it with the trousers and skirts they had. They had to do this every weekend so as not to look scattered or hazard when coming to work. Whereas her other friends, Chisom and others, always wore latest fine clothes, looking so beautiful. They barely even had time for Amaka and Ada. Chisom and other of the friends were always busy, going for nightclub, hanging out, always bringing back fat accounts to register. Amaka and Ada had struggled to even get a very big account, whereas it was a regular thing for Chisom and other girls. One day, Amaka sat down and asked, how is Chisom and every other person able to get people to register big accounts, whereas I'm still struggling to even convince one market woman to come register in the bank? How is it possible that they are able to get fat accounts? What are they doing? What are they doing that I can't do? So one day, she went to meet Chisom and asked Chisom, please, show me the way. Cut soap for me. What are you doing? What are you and other people doing? I can do anything. I really want to maintain my work in this bank. I don't want a situation whereby I'm going to be chased. How much are they even paying us? And I still have to send money home to my family. Chisom looked at her and said, are you sure you can do what we are doing? You're not doing anything dirty. We are doing the same thing every other person does in this bank. If you want to keep your job as a marketing person, you should know what to do now. When you are convincing people to come and open their accounts, you should know what to do. And Amaka said, what do you want me to do? Because the area they gave me to cover is mostly market women that are there. Chisom laughed and said, so you mean to tell me that you don't go outside your area? You only stick to the area that the bank manager gave to you? Amaka, are you a child? Are you a child? You better wake up. That the bank manager give you a particular area to cover doesn't mean that you cannot spread your cost. If your customer is far from that side, you won't go and locate your customer. Amaka, wake up and start moving around. Go and meet every other person. There are other big people everywhere. Shops, all those places that they do importing and exporting. They read the change and all those things. Go and meet them. They are the ones with the cool cash. All these market women, even if you convince them to open, how much are they willing to put in the bank? Because they know withdrawing that money is going to be stressful. So most times they don't put money in the bank. You need all those heavy businessmen that when they are putting money in the bank, all they do is put money, transfer and all those things. They don't have time to come and start fooling your ear with, I was trying to withdraw 5,000 naira and I cannot. Not those kind of people. You need people that when they travel out and return, they will find you a good gift, a nice perfume, or even a designer's bag. Amaka was shocked. So now she understood what was going on here. It wasn't just that their Chisom had spread their course, but they have met big people that had opened accounts, people that were very rich, people that even had to appreciate them in little ways, either monetary ways or perfume or bags. Now she really understood what was going on. And with this, Amaka made up her mind that she was going to change her direction. She was going to start going to bigger shops to get customers. But while Amaka was at it, she found out that most of these big men gradually made advances towards her. But she wasn't interested in any of them. She was ready to keep herself till marriage. So why should she accept their offer? And she told them, no sir, I can't do this. I just want you to open an account with me. Most of them will laugh and say, can you imagine this girl? What is so special about your bank? What is that benefit your bank is offering that other banks have not offered? My dear, go and learn from others. So you don't know what they do to keep that job. You think it's by coming here to speak big English. If you're ready, I will tell you where we are going to meet. And when I'm done, I'm going to open the account. Amaka will quickly tell them, no sir, I can't. And she will walk away. This kept on happening for weeks, and from weeks to months. Amaka became so offended. Not just that she wasn't able to secure a big customer, but her records were becoming low. Ada was even able to convince most of her church members to open accounts, whereas she wasn't able to convince anybody. She was seriously struggling. So she decided to go back to Chisom again and ask Chisom if Chisom had slept with those men in order to open the account. When she reached Chisom's apartment, Chisom looked at her and asked her, oh, so you didn't know? Are you any saint? My dear, you have to do what you have to do to get what you want. If you want something, then you have to be able to do something to get it. In this life is a give and take. You give and you receive. I'm not a saint, oh. I did not tell you I was either. Amaka quickly told her, but I can't do that. Is there any way you can help me? Probably help me with one. I will give you something in return. Chisom looked at her and said, are you not funny? So I should go and do the dirty job and you receive the glory. I can't though. I can't. If you want to do it, then do it yourself. After Amaka sat down and gave it a long thought, she made up her mind that she was going to do it. She made up her mind that she was going to try and secure just one big account, if that be the case. Rather than returning back to her hometown, she was going to try and secure just one account. So with this, Amaka followed Chisom and her friends to a very beautiful nightclub for the rich. Chisom told Amaka, this is where you can find most of them. When they come around to drink, you easily convince them when they pick attention on you. Anyone that wants to talk to you, while they are talking, all you say is about your job and how they should open an account with you. To which Amaka said, thank you very much. So while they were drinking, various rich, handsome men had come to take the friends one after the other. So it was just left for Amaka and Chisom. A young, handsome man walked up to them and quickly picked the attention of Amaka. Amaka stood up and followed him. While they conversed, Amaka quickly told him everything about herself and how she needed to secure an account. The wealthy man looked at her and said, no problem, that's not an issue. So what do you want me to do for you? Amaka asked if he could open an account with her bank. And the wealthy man quickly asked her, so what are you going to do in return for that? Because I already have various accounts and I'm not sure I really want to do that. So if you want me to help you, you have to help me. Scratch my back, I scratch your back. To which Amaka accepted and told him, whatsoever you want me to do, that I'm going to do. The wealthy man told her no problem. And he quickly asked Amaka to follow him. When they got to his hotel room, he sat Amaka down and told her, all I want from you is to breastfeed me. Yes, that's all I want. Permit me to have a taste of your boobs. That's all I want. And if you permit me to do that, not just will I open an account with you, I'm going to make sure I pay you for every day I get to see you. Amaka sat down and thought about it. Isn't this strange? Other people offer to sleep with me, so why is he choosing to just have a taste of my boobs? Amaka said this is weird. On a second thought, she told herself, it's better. At least I'm not going to sleep with him. I'm still going to keep myself pure till my wedding day. This is even a better alternative, she told herself. And she quickly looked at him and said, no problem, I accept. After this young stranger had had his way, based on the agreement they had, he gave Amaka a huge sum of money in cash. Amaka was shocked. Why give me all this money? This would have been transferred to my account, but she didn't say anything. She was grateful that he paid for the services, even though he was going to come and open an account with them. And the next day, while Amaka was sitting down in the office, the young man had come with some group of people and he opened 10 accounts at the same time, funded them with huge sum of money. Amaka was glad. Her friend Ada had heard of what had happened and quickly went to meet Amaka and asked Amaka, Amaka, what did you do? How did you get someone to come open 10 accounts at the same time? And the accounts are not even baby accounts. Amaka said, I only followed what Chisom asked me to do. Ada became angry and disappointed at the same time. What do you mean that you followed Chisom? Are you a baby? Do you want to endanger your life? Do you think their ways are straight? Amaka quickly told Ada, I didn't sleep with him. Oh, no, I didn't sleep with him. Ada said, so what did you do? What did you do with him for him to do that? Amaka said, okay, he only said he wanted to have a taste of my boobs, and that was it. Ada said, this is even more annoying. How will you allow yourself to be a fool? Amaka quickly told her, it's better off than sleeping with him. At least I did not do anything. Ada said, okay, no problem. You've chosen your path. May God be your help. Ada left. And after that day, Ada stopped involving herself with Amaka, as she now knew that Amaka wasn't even a strong Christian and could easily be lured into evil. As the days went by, Amaka kept on seeing the stranger. Not just that she was seeing the stranger, she knew nothing about the stranger. And the stranger had never transferred money to her. He always paid her in cash, and to each day he met her, he told her when next to come to that particular hotel to see him. There was never a phone call or conversation. Amaka was happy about it. She wasn't even bothered about anything. This stranger kept on footing her bills. She had lots of money. She was now having designers' bags and clothes, living the life she wanted, even bought herself a car and was driving to work as a mere marketer. Amaka was okay with that. One fateful day, Amaka fell terribly ill, so ill she could barely stand up from her bed. But that wasn't all. Her breast was heavy. It felt like a huge stone was placed on her chest. She quickly called her friend, Ada. But Ada did not pick. Ada didn't want to involve herself with Amaka. So Amaka managed to take herself to the hospital. When she got to the hospital, they carried out a series of tests, but they couldn't find out what was wrong with her. Amaka stayed in the hospital for months, receiving strong antibiotics. The breast, rather than reducing, the breast kept on increasing in size, and it was very painful, very, very, very painful. It was during the period Amaka was in the hospital that she found out that she knew nothing about the stranger she was having an affair with. There was no contact. Even the accounts he had opened, when she tried to reach out to the names on the account, she found out that those people were his employees. So she had no contact. Even when she had tried to plead with them to give a contact, none of them said anything. Amaka knew she had lost everything within a twinkle of an eye. As the days went by, Amaka was a shadow of herself. At this point, she knew she had no other way out. She thought of calling her parents, but the shame she had brought upon them didn't even allow her to. So she gradually lifted herself from the hospital bed and went to Ada's house. And when she got to Ada's house, Ada was so shocked to see Amaka. Amaka was lean with a very huge breast. She was so disappointed, and she quickly told her, I warned you. I warned you. Amaka was shedding tears and pleading that Ada should help her. Ada took Amaka to the church, and Ada invited her prayer partners to help pray for Amaka. Amaka spent a total of 2 months with prayer, constant prayer. Amaka gradually returned back to normal, And after Amaka returned back to normal, she vowed never to look for an account by sleeping with anybody. Instead, she was going to take it the normal way. She was going to try and convince people to open the account. After Amaka had recovered, she had gone to that particular hotel where she was always meeting up with the stranger. But to her greatest surprise, the receptionist had told her that the stranger had not visited after the last time they met. When she got back home, she sat down and gave this whole situation a deep thought. And she then understood that this stranger probably might have been a ritualist, and when it was time to use her as a sacrifice, he stopped frequenting the hotel. Or probably he had gone to another place to look for who to use. Amaka was shocked. She never knew that she was walking into her own death. She was walking into her own destruction. And with this, she remained ever grateful to Ada, who had come to her aid when she needed her the most. She was so glad that she got help on time. I would like to encourage us with a verse from the Bible which said, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." Amaka was easily overcome by evil. She was so desperate to get an account or to get a big person to open an account with her, and she ended up being overcome by evil. But whereas Ada gradually convinced other people she could and was able to get various accounts for herself. With this, Amaka learned that in life, easy come, easy go. She let herself be overcome by an evil man who would have sent her to an early grave. Thank you very much for listening to the story of the day. We still remain your favorite storyteller, Sika. Please do not forget to support us by liking our stories, subscribing to them. So we meet again in our next. Bye for now.